Hi students, John Guerin again. This video will show you how to take a photograph or a picture and convert it into a 3D object. To do that, it takes three basic steps, and then we bring that final product into TinkerCAD. But the first step is to get a picture. Second step is to remove the background on that picture. And then the third step will be to convert it to a type of file called SVG. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics. All right, so let's get it done. So we're going to go to the internet. We're going to find our picture. Logos are good to use because they convert easily, but you can do it with any picture. It just may not look the way you want. So when I find my picture, I download that. So I right click and I say save image as. I save to the downloads folder. Remember, when we're saving files, we have to make sure they're actually picture files. So when it says save as type, it has to be a picture type, PNG, JPEG, something like that. You can't change it. So if it says something else, then you have to find a different picture or get the picture another way. So I found out that this is a PNG file. I'm going to call it Star Trek logo, and I'm going to download. Once I download that picture, I go to the next step, which is to remove the background. We remove the background, so any pieces of the color background, white or other, will be blank. So it will help the conversion process to the next step. So I go to my downloads folder, and it should be right there, and there it is. And this will remove the background. Now I download this. All of this has been done before by us. So now this is the new next step. So we have to go to a website called PicSVG, PICSVG. PicSVG is the website. It will take that picture that we just downloaded and convert it into a SVG file. So I upload the picture. I choose the one with the removed background, and then I will see what it looks like here. There are several filters that we can use here to see what it looks like if we change those filters. So I would recommend looking at all the different types. You can see here as we start choosing different filters, the edges get a little bit different than they were before, but you could try all of them. And then another one that it does is called internal. And again, it's not going to fill in the shape that was blank. It's just going to fill in the shape that was colored with a solid color. So you might want to try all those to see which one you like the best. Whatever one you like the best, go ahead and choose it and download the SVG file. Notice when you do this, the file name is no longer Star Trek logo or whatever you called it. It's some weird alphanumeric file name, but notice it ends in the characters SVG. Now that file can be inserted into TinkerCAD. So to do that, you go to TinkerCAD and you say import the object. So we say import and we choose the file. It should be in the downloads folder. We've already taken note that it's this weird file name right here. But if you pause over it for a second, notice how it says here that it's a type of file called the Microsoft Edge HTML, only because your computer doesn't know how to open an SVG file. So what we already noticed that this is the correct file in the download. We choose it and we hit open. Now this process will take a few moments, but one of the things we have to check before we do this is we have to make sure it's small enough to go on the page. If these lengths and widths are over 1,000, then they'll be in red and it won't fit. Then you could always scale it down by percentage. I would recommend doing it by percentage and not by changing the length and width so you don't distort the size of the object. Once you hit import, this step may take a little bit, but this will be the last step to getting it into the file. Now you work with this as you would any 3D object. You can change the height. You can change the width and length so it fits on the side of whatever housing you want. Now notice how it's squished there when I changed those numbers. So let me show you another technique to changing the size of images. If you click and drag you will still squish this object. But if you hold the Shift key on your keyboard while you're dragging, then it will stay proportional and it won't squish or stretch the shape. Let go of the mouse, let go of Shift, and now you're done. All right, good luck using that file.